Okie dokie, today we are going to do section 10.2. It's called Areas of Triangles and Trapezoids. Let's draw a little example of what it is next to it so we can know what we're thinking of. Obviously, we hopefully all know what a triangle is. Okay, a triangle could look like that. A triangle could look like that. A triangle could look like that. Okay, as long as it has three sides. Trapezoids, though, usually look something like this. Or something like this. Okay, so they've got four sides, but only two are parallel. Whereas our parallelograms that we talked about yesterday have four sides, but two pairs are parallel. And trapezoids only have one pair that is parallel. Okay, so here are our formulas we're going to have to use. The area, capital A, always has to be capital A, of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. Where, again, the base has to be perpendicular to the height. Okay, so it has to have a right angle to the height. Okay, so let's try some. They will just say, find the area. And here's what our first one looks like. We have a triangle here. Okay, and our base is 7 8/10 inches. Our height, that's supposed to be dotted. Make sure your height's dotted, you guys. That's kind of important because it's not an actual line. Otherwise, we'd have two triangles here. Our height is 6 2/10 inches, and our side is 8 1/10 inches. And this has a right angle. Okay, so what we are looking for here is where's that right angle? Because we have to have something right here, like I said, have to have a base and a line perpendicular that is going to be a right angle. Where do we have that? And what numbers do we need to use? Because on this one we have 3 numbers, but we only need 2, base and height. Okay, so here I see my bottom line, and I see a line that is perpendicular to it, so I'm going to use the number here and the number here. It really, obviously, this is our base, 7 8/10 inches, and our height is 6 2/10 inches. So here is how I want you to do this. For a triangle, for every problem, please listen. For every problem, you need to write the formula, okay, to solve every problem. First, I'm going to write the formula. Area of a triangle, make sure you get that triangle in there, equals 1/2 base times height. Okay, now we're going to plug in our numbers. Area of a triangle equals 1/2 7 8/10 inches. Don't forget to put in parentheses. Times 6 2/10 inches. Right, got to move everything up here. There we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is it doesn't matter, right? Because I'm multiplying, all of them are multiplying the, what is it called? The property of the commutative property, there we go. Says it doesn't matter which one I do first. So I'm going to do the hard ones. 7 8/10 times 6 2/10. Okay, just multiply it out. 8 times 2 is 16. 2 times 7 is 14, plus 1 more is 15. Add my 0. 6 times 8 is 48. 6 times 7 is 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. So I've got a 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, a 2, and a 6. Okay, now I have to ask myself, how many decimal points do I need to bring it back? I've got 1, 2, to the right. Bring it back 1, 2. Okay, so now I have area of a triangle equals 1/2 times 62 and 36/100. Okay, so when I am multiplying something by 1/2, really what I'm doing is dividing it by 2. As you can see here, if I extended this line, I would just be doing 1 times 62 and 36/100 divided by 2. Okay, so I'm just going to take 62 and 36/100 divided by 2. The 2 goes into the 6 3 times, minus 6. Bring down my 2. 2 goes into 2 1 time. Minus 2 is 0. Bring down my 3. 2 goes into 3. Oops, don't forget your decimal point. 1 time. Minus 2 is 1. Bring down my 6. 2 goes into 16. 8 times. Okay, so the area of a triangle equals 31 and 18/100. Now here's where I forgot to do in the last video, and I was so mad when I got to doing the answers, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I did not tell them this in the video. Which hopefully you caught it when you took the quiz questions after the video. Hopefully you'll catch it in your book. Okay, whenever we have area, what I'm doing is I'm doing 7 8/10 inches. Let me do a different color here so it sticks out a little bit. Inches times 6 2/10 inches. Okay, when I do inches times inches, what would I get? Well, let's think about this. If I did x times x, I would get x squared. Okay, so inches times inches, I would get inches squared. Okay, so for my answer, I need to do 31 and 18/100 inches squared. Okay, so for every single question, you need to write the formula. The reason why I'm having you do that is because it will be easier for you to remember if you wrote it down 10 times when you did the practice problems than if you just try to remember it in your head. Okay, after you've written it down for every problem, it's going to be much easier for you to remember. I will require it on the test. I will require it on the quiz. So you do need to write down the formula, which is this, every time you solve the area for a triangle. Okay, and do you guys notice something? When I solve this problem, my equal signs are all in a line. My area of triangles are all in a line. My 1/2s are all in the line until I solve them. Okay, that's how I want to see you guys doing your work. Nice, neat, lined up. Okay, if you guys can get into the habit of doing that, math is going to be so much easier for you. If you're going to continue to do it sloppy and all over the place, math is going to continue to get harder for you. So I hope you choose the easier route and just keep things nice and neat. I've got a line here, I've got a line here, a line here, and a line here. You guys, this is neat work. This is how I want to see your work on your homework and on your quizzes and your tests. Okay, so this is my answer here, minus all the red lines. The area of a triangle equals 31 and 18/10 inches squared. Alrighty, so for some reason that last slide was entirely too long, so hopefully these ones will go a little bit faster here. Second one, we've got one that looks like, oops, not a jagged line triangle, I'm sorry. One that looks like this, okay? I've got 3 meters here. I've got a right angle there. I've got 5 meters here. I've got 4 meters. Same goes for the last one, you guys, where they have all of the lengths and widths and bases and heights. They need to be in the same unit. Here we've got meters, 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 so we're good to go. Okay, let's write out our equation. Area of a triangle equals 1/2 base times height, where our base and our height need to have a perpendicular or a 90-degree angle sign. Okay, so let's write this down. Area of a triangle equals 1/2. Now I have to ask myself, where's my base? Where's my height? Okay, right here, I mean, it's hard to tell on this one because they're both the same, basically. Okay, so I'm going to go base here. Here's my right triangle. here's my height. I do not even need this number on here. They're putting that on there to try and trick you, to see, so that you guys have to figure out which numbers you need to use. Okay, so I have to have this right angle sign between my two numbers to be able to use them. Okay, so I just have to 1/2 4 times 3. Area of a triangle equals 1/2. 4 times 3 is 12. Area of a triangle equals, what's 12 divided by 2? Remember, because we can just stretch that line out. It's 12 divided by 2. Okay, so it would be area equals 6 meters squared. That would be our answer. And we're good to go. Again, notice, line, line, line. Okay, keep them lined up, you guys. Keep your equal signs lined up. Keep your variables lined up, because then it's much harder to get lost. All right, now let's go on to trapezoids. Right, the area of a trapezoid. I guess this one we're going to write out. The area of a trapezoid equals 1/2 times the height times base 1 plus base 2. This one you definitely need to write on every single one. You need to write the triangle, but this one is a much harder formula. The height and needs to be perpendicular to base 1 and base 2. Okay, so we need to have that right angle. Okay, so here's our first one we're going to do. Oh, never mind. We just have a diagram here. Here's my trapezoid. Okay, here's base 1, base 2. Doesn't matter which one is 1 and 2, no. They just need to be opposite of each other. Okay, that's why they call them bases and not one is a length or width, okay? Because the bases need to be opposite of each other. And then you will have a line that will go between the two. It'll be perpendicular, perpendicular, and that line is your height. Okay, so whatever they tell you this line is, it has to be perpendicular to both bases. Okay, so we need this right angle on both bases. Okay, let's do one here. First one is going to go this way. Okay, and we have 2 feet. Ding, 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 ding. Right angle, 2 feet, and this base is 8 feet. Okay, so we've got 2 feet, 2 feet, and 8 feet. So let's plug in those. We got to write our formula again. Area of a trap, I'll let you do area of a trap, okay, equals 1/2 times the height. Okay, we know our height is 2 times 2 times base 1 is 2 plus 8. Base 2 is 8. Okay, doesn't matter which one it is? No, because 2 plus 8 is the same as 8 plus 2. They both get you 10. Okay, so that'll be good. Now I'm going to do area of a trap equals 1/2 times 2 times 10, because I did 8 plus 2. Okay, so now I can do my area of a trap equals 1/2. 2 times 10 is 20 times 20. My area of a trap equals, what is 20 divided by 2? That is 10 feet squared. Same thing for trapezoids. All areas need to have the unit squared. Okay, let's try one more here. Here's our second area of a trapezoid. Now this one looks a little different, and that's okay, because we need to just have 2 sides that are parallel to each other. Not 2 pairs, just 2 sides, or 1 pair of parallel sides. So this is 10, this side over here, oh, I apologize, 10 centimeters. Then I have one of my sides is a 16 meters, 11 meters, and this one is supposed to be meters, not centimeters. Thank goodness. Because then we'd have to convert. We don't like converting because it's hard to go from meters, centimeters, and that sort of thing. We always have to flip back in our math journals. So I hope you are keeping those organized. Then we've got a right angle, okay? So let's write our formula out. Area of a trap is 1/2 height times the quantity of base 1 plus base 2. Okay? You need to write this every single time. If you don't write it, then I'll know you didn't listen to this video very carefully because I've said it. Well, this is my second time saying it. Okay, so our area of a trap is 1/2 times the height. Our height is 10 in this case. Here's our height right here because there's two right angles. We have our opposite bases. So then I have to add 11 plus 16. Okay, 11 plus 16 is 27 times 10 times 1/2 equals the area of a trapezoid, or area of trap. So we know what we're doing here. Area of a trap. I'm going to choose to do this. 10 divided by top divided by the bottom, or 10 divided by 2, and get a 5 times 27. Just because I didn't really want to do 270 divided by 2, which, well, that might have been easier. Anyway, here we go. 5 times 27 is 35. 10 plus 3 more is 13. So the area of our trapezoid equals 135 meters squared. Okay, that is all that I have for you today. Hopefully this video won't end up being too long for you guys. Just remember, you do have to write the formula for every single problem. Please, please, please write the formula for every single problem. I hate it when I have to go and grade an assignment and you didn't do the way I asked you to, and then you have to redo it. That is no fun for anybody, okay? That's 2 assignments I have to grade. That's 2 assignments you have to do. So just make sure you write the formula for every problem you do. Keep it neat and organized. Line up your equal signs. Line up everything so that it looks nice and neat and you don't get messed up. All right, thank you for watching.